Hey guys, it's Trip with IFT, and today I'm going to teach you how to create and manage applets on IFT. Let's get started. Applets are built in a simple framework. If this, then that. IFT. For example, whenever you post a new photo to Instagram, automatically add that photo with the caption as a new file to Dropbox. Or when it's sunset in your area, automatically arm your security system. Or you can forward any email with an attachment to IFT, and then it automatically uploads that attachment as a file to your Google Drive. Now I'm going to teach you how to build your very own applet. Wherever you are on the website or our mobile app, just click this big create button and it will enter you into our classic create flow. You should see this big if this add button. RSS feeds are one of the most popular services on IFT, and every website has an RSS feed. So let's click add and you search right here for RSS feeds. So let's click RSS feed and we have two trigger options available. New feed item or a new feed item matches a specific string. Let's do new feed item. Now, I love cooking, so I went and found the Bon Appetit recipes RSS feed. Now, whenever Bon Appetit posts a new recipe to their website, it will trigger that RSS feed, which triggers my applet. The next step is I want to send that RSS feed information somewhere. Personally, I'm in Slack all day, so it'd be nice to get a notification in Slack. So let's click add right here and search for the Slack service. And post to channel is our only action. So I've got my personal Slack account right here. I'm going to say which channel. I'm going to send it to myself. And it's going to say entry title and entry URL. RSS feeds are blogs. This is going to include the title of the recipe and the URL that I can click through and go and find the recipe. So if we scroll down, all of these are variables that are completely customizable, and I'm going to click create action. And that's it. Every time Bon Appetit posts a new recipe to their website, I will get notified in Slack with a direct message with a entry title and then also the URL to click back to that recipe on Bon Appetit's blog. Now you may have noticed this AI section right here in our create flow. So if I click that, it will bring me to this box where I write in natural language the type of applet I want to create. So for example, I can write, I want to create an applet that connects the Bon Appetit RSS feed with Slack to notify myself whenever there's a new recipe posted to their website. So let's click continue. And this one actually pulled the Bon Appetit service on IFT, which is already connected to their RSS feed, and it posts to a channel, which is exactly what we created together in our classic applet maker. If I click continue, I will have to update all those unique variables that we did before. Make sure it sends the direct message to myself, and then update the variables to customize it to make it my own. But I can save it and I will have my own ready-made applet created from the AI editor. The coolest thing about IFT is there are 30 million other IFTers that are all creating and publishing applets with the 1,000 services live on our platform today. That means if you have an idea and you want to automate something, that applet has probably already been built and published by another IFTer on the platform. So for example, if you land on our Explore page, click this applet section, or just search for your favorite applet right here, and it will show you a variety of applets that have already been created by our users that you can just one-click publish. So I'm an Android user, so I'm going to click this update your Android wallpaper with NASA's image of the day. All I have to do is click this connect button right here. And if my services aren't connected, it's going to ask me to connect each service, but NASA's free and my Android device is already connected. This applet is now already running. If you go to our Explore page, you can search any service and it'll show you all the applets that have been created and published for that service. For example, if I search Instagram, it's going to show me all the applets that have connected with Instagram. For example, I can tweet my Instagram video or save my Instagram photos in Evernote. So first, let me try this one. If I click connect, then it's going to give me the opportunity to choose which accounts I'm posting from and customize the applet to my liking. So first off, I've got my Instagram account connected with IFT, and then I also have IFT's Twitter account connected. If I click save, it will automatically post to Twitter any time I post a video to Instagram. So I just connected this applet. It's a published applet with 130,000 connected users. And sometimes it will ask you to personalize different sections of the applet. So if I click into settings, it'll show me what the applet is built of. So any new note on my mobile widget, quick add me an event to my calendar. So if I click into edit here, you'll notice that I can customize all of this except for the quick add text. But on some of our applets, you'll have this option to make it your own. So if you want to edit anything on a published applet, just click that make it your own and you'll convert it. And instead of being the published applet, you're creating your own app that's personally for you. As you build applets, I want to teach you some really cool ways you can customize them. First off, the delay feature. This is when you want to add a delay between your trigger and your action. You can add anywhere from 15 seconds all the way up to 3 hours. To add a delay, click the plus button in between your trigger and your action. This is useful if you leave your house and the garage door is open. You can add a 5-minute delay and it will automatically close your garage door after you leave the house. Or if your outdoor motion sensor lights are activated, you can add a 5-minute delay to automatically turn them off. The next thing I want to tell you about is our filter code editor. So if you click that middle button and you click the filter code, it allows you to customize your applets with JavaScript. Don't know JavaScript? No problem. We have these JavaScript generators down here at the bottom that allow you to easily create JavaScript. And then if you want to format your code just in case, I mean, that's the biggest error people have when writing JavaScript, click this format code button and it will automatically format the code correctly for you. So filter code is used if you want to edit when your applet runs. So for example, if we are still using this every new feed item from Bon Appetit's recipe blog posted to my Slack channel, what if I want to filter just the breakfast recipes? So just recipes with the keyword breakfast in the content. Let's click this button and we're going to click our filter code generator. Again, I don't know any JavaScript. These code generators are going to help me create JavaScript. For example, let's check for a keyword. This is telling the applet to run if the keyword breakfast is found in, and these are all the different variables we can pull from that RSS feed. I'm going to say entry content. So if the blog has the term breakfast in it anywhere, I want it to run the applet. I'm going to copy this to keyboard. And now this is completely customized JavaScript that I didn't know how to write, but it's perfectly formatted for our filter code generator. So if I add this filter, now it's only going to send me recipes when there's breakfast in the content. Queries can be almost any of the 1,000 services live on IFT today. How that looks is if this happens, then use data from this service to do this action. For example, people love using our AI queries to draft blogs, draft social posts, or even respond to emails. Finally, I'd say the most popular feature when you're creating applets is multi-action. What I mean by multi-action is taking that same data from our trigger and then sending it to multiple places with multi-action services. So for example, whenever there's a new feed item from Bon Appetit, we can send me a message in Slack, but also send me an email and send me a notification in the IFT app so I know when there's a new recipe. Now look at this applet. It's honestly really cool. Every time that Bon Appetit posts a new recipe, I'm getting notified across multiple locations about that recipe. And I can click in, review the article, see if I want to make the recipe or not. But you know what would make this applet really cool? What if I just got a summary of the recipe and then I can read it and I don't even have to click into it to go to Bon Appetit's blog? Well, check this out. So I'm going to click this plus button. I'm going to use the query function and I'm going to search for the AI summarizer. What this is going to do is it's going to read the whole blog from Bon Appetit. It's going to summarize it for me. So now I want to enter the entry content as the thing I want summarized. I'm just going to create the query. Okay. Now I'm going to click into these different actions. And instead of having the entry title, entry URL, I can also add the ingredient from that summarizer. So it's just going to give me the AI summary of the content. And we'll update this action. Same thing with the email. All right. Instead of sending me the entire blog of the email, I'm just going to say summary. Well, I'm going to throw the entry URL in there just because I want something to click if I do like the recipe. And then I'm going to pull the summary as well. I'm going to update that action. And same thing with the notification. I'm going to do title, summary, and then URL. Boom. All right, now every time Bon Appetit has a new recipe on their blog, I'm going to get a summary directly sent to me in a Slack channel, an email, and a notification on my mobile. If you want to edit any of your applets, just click right into the applet, click the settings tab up here in the top right, and then you can change anything you want. So you could either add queries, filtered codes, or delays, or add more actions, or edit the content inside of an action. If you want to check and see if your applet has run effectively, click into your applet. You can see some details on when it was connected, when was the last activity, how many times it's run, and you can click this View Activity button. This is going to give you a detailed look into what happened with your applet. Did the trigger function correctly? Did the action function correctly? And then it also highlights the type of content, what image URL, what title, and then it talks about how it's sending that message inside of WhatsApp. If you have any errors, you'll be able to see them in this view. This is the source of truth for your applets. Finally, once you're ready to publish your applet, you can click this big publish button. And what this does is it shares the structure or skeleton of your applet with everyone that uses IFT. It won't share any of your personal data, but it allows the greater IFT community to all access and use the applet how you've built it. Once you press publish, it is shared with the rest of the world, and anyone on IFT.com will be able to access it, and you've just helped somebody else out. Now that's it. Thanks for joining us. Once you've published your applets, add them in the comments below so I can see what you've built. And don't forget to like and subscribe where you can automate your life and your business. And again, this is Trip with IFT, where everything works better together. Thanks, guys.